Welcome to Discover Greater Lansing. Whether you're exploring the rich history of the state capital or indulging in incredible local food, there's always something exciting happening here. Discover living. Discover mobility. Discover downtown. Discover giving back. Greater Lansing offers breathtaking activities and outdoor adventures, ensuring a perfect balance of city life and natural beauty. Discover the warmth. Discover the charm. Discover Greater Lansing. The journey begins now.
Welcome back to another great edition of Discover Greater Lansing, where we find out everything there is to know about living, working, and playing in this great region. Today we're going to really focus on living because we're here with Margaret Diamond, and she is the president of University of Michigan Health Regional Network. Welcome, Margaret.
Thank you so much. It's really exciting to be here today.
Great, great. Well, let's just dive right into it. Everybody knows about the University of Michigan Health coming into Spartan country and how much good you're doing across our region. And there's so many things going on that, why don't you bring us up to speed on some of those exciting happenings that mean so much to us and our loved ones?
Yep. Well, I will start by really talking about, we talk about MSU versus the U of M. That's great on the football or basketball court, but really we like to say two jerseys, one team. We actually are working with the Michigan State University on a neural care network where clinicians from the University of Michigan and at Michigan State really prioritizing some key areas in epilepsy, stroke, and other things that are prevalent to both loss of health and death.
Awesome, awesome. So that's something new and great. How about some of the other great programs that are happening?
Oh my gosh.
Across all your campuses, which are very vast and reaches, and we talk about, this is the Greater Lansing area, so Ingham, Eaton, Clinton counties, and you've got something going on all over the place. We do.
The Sparrow region is really growing, and really what we're looking at is access to care is number one. So yes, we have the downtown hospital, which is a level 1 trauma hospital, very busy, but we also have an exciting network of 4 hospitals, Ionia, Carson, Clinton, and Eaton. So more services going in closer to home. If you look at research, actually, people that live in rural areas would rather delay care for themselves than drive to a larger metropolitan area. So our job is to put care close so they can preempt any illness and get the proper care within a drive, a 5, 10, 15-minute drive, non-highway, within their community.
So access to care is so important. Like you said, people, I don't know if it's a fact, but when family can be around and nearby, and like you said, the more rural areas of our region, to be able to feel comfortable going right down the road from your home, where you can feel supported, and you probably know a lot of the people who are working at the hospital or health center. So talk about everybody talks about access to care, and any more information on that you want to share, and why that is such a focus for University of Michigan Health.
So I think access and education are two really key variables that we need to focus on as both a tertiary care provider and a community asset and community provider for healthcare. So when you think about it in education, we just restarted our senior health series. It's an every other month free event. We hold it at the MAC, and we provide both written as well as speakers, so verbal resources on key things that need to be heard and listened to from our seniors. It's a Q&A, it's a presentation, because if you look at the baby boomers, the senior population is going to be the largest population in the country. And so we want lifestyles that promote health, promote exercise, promote motion. So actually, I have to credit Representative Whitweir because she had a summer outing in Lansing promoting seniors and some resources for them. And the seniors actually came up to our government relations person complaining about Sparrow ending the senior series, which I didn't know we had. It was before COVID. So we've restarted that and had resounding positive results there. So that is just one example of where we need to be out in the community. Another is our mobile unit. We've actually taken an old bus and totally converted it to, if you walked in there, you'd think you were in your physician's office.
Oh, nice.
So that goes out to the community where we know that there are disparities, which means lack of access to care and lack of preventative care.
Absolutely. I love the senior component, and I think I know the event you're talking about at the Lansing Mall, where all the seniors come in. It's one of the things that Representative Whitwer convenes, and the outpouring in the boomers, but not only. I'm the older edge of Xers, and we are. I just saw a figure by 2035, over a quarter of Michigan's population will be considered seniors, and so meeting seniors where they are, and they want active lifestyles, they want to be healthy, they want to get out, and so kudos to University of Michigan Health for creating that events and culture, and for preserving our health. I mean, I hear the pickleball courts are full of seniors, and then some of them end up at your hospitals because sometimes a little bit overdoing, but so University of Michigan Health is really fabric throughout our region, and access to care is so great because I recently had to go to the hospital ER, and I was so pleased. Charlotte, I live in Eaton County, and I always wanted to gravitate to main campus because you think the level of care was beyond exceptional, and not only just the medical care, but the compassionate care that some of us scaredy cats, don't really love the white coat. I get the white coat syndrome, I think they call it, where your blood pressure spikes. And anyway, excellent care. And for me and my family, just so close by. So
good, thank you.
To you and your entire village of city of people that take care of us.
Well, and I think the community hospitals are our secret weapon, if you will. You don't think about, gee, should I just go to get a CAT scan or MRI at Clinton or Eaton? But we have 6 or 7 day service for those types of things, rather than driving to downtown Lansing if you don't want crowds and so on. But no, we're adding services. We actually consider those hospitals linchpins of kind of we'd like you to have a better experience in a smaller hospital. And I'm amazed at our caregivers and team members there. They work and live in the community. And so they're treating their neighbors, they're treating their friends, and the level of engagement is really off the chart.
Yeah, and it makes a real difference to know that the person not only is taking my blood pressure and all that goes with being under health care, but there's a care, you're my neighbor, it's an incredible, the level of care. And to do that day in and day out, and to come out of COVID and still want to contribute in the health system, it's just an incredible calling, I think, in life. So we're talking about, I do love the main campus in downtown, and the buildings are just beautiful, and it is like a city within a city. And you have some new developments coming downtown to the former Rite Aid building, I hear.
We do. So this was not in our expansion plan, but this was a result of really looking at the community needs, and the closure of Rite Aid and pretty much Rite Aid leaving the state of Michigan has left a huge population in what we call a pharmacy desert. So we worked with the owners of the building to obtain a 10-year lease, so we'll be there long term, and we will have dedicated both drive-through and walk-up pharmacy for the population, which will be incredible, as well as, and we're going to move our occupational health clinic into the Rite Aid building and urgent care into the building. So it can be a one-stop shop if you're not feeling well, where you come in, see a provider, get your pharmaceuticals and drive home without having to leave the building. Then adjacent where our urgent care is now on Michigan Avenue, we will be placing primary care in there, because one thing we don't have is what I would call driving convenient primary care in the downtown area.
Wonderful. Well, exciting things happening around main campus, but then all throughout the region as well.
Yes, and I want to just say there are so many, now that we're a region and we have the Grand Rapids Hospital, University of Michigan and Grand Rapids is part of the region, we're better able to populate, if you will, those community hospitals with providers. So now we've increased our orthopedic clinic. We have our ear, nose, and throat physicians from Grand Rapids that will be coming into the community hospitals for clinic. We have our radiologists there that started in the beginning of the year, last year, that we really have on-site radiology that we didn't have before. So it's kind of together, more can happen.
That's wonderful. That there's a one-stop, I don't want to say shopping, but it's convenience.
Absolutely.
And especially when you're not feeling well, and your family's supporting you maybe, and friends, to have all that within such a close amount of space, and to repurpose a building and to not only, hey, you're still getting the Rite Aid, the pharmacy aspect, but you're getting other services that are so necessary for recovery along the way. So that's really, really exciting too. I just wanted to take a minute, because I think it's always important to people's mind, because you don't think about emergency care until, of course, it's emergency care. So do you want to just take a minute and educate our viewers on, so there's urgent care, there's pediatric or emergency care, there's emergency care, and about that kind of service, and just kind of a ER 101 for us, if you will.
Right. So this is, again, I'm not a nurse or a physician, but so this is more of a pedestrian viewpoint, if you will. But especially in the downtown ED, we have a portion of the population kind of using that for what I would call primary care visits. And those kinds of visits can be seen in urgent care, and both in the Lansing ED and our Okemos ED, because you want to make sure that when you go to an emergency department that it is life-threatening, whether it's a cardiac. If you have chest pain, go immediately to the ED. Do not go to urgent care. If you've fallen, you're bleeding profusely, or you have hit your head, go to the ED, not urgent care. But if you've had, for instance, low-grade fever and chest congestion or nasal sinus congestion for 2 or 3 days, and it's a Saturday afternoon and you just feel like you need to go somewhere, I would say urgent care would be your best access point. And it takes the frustration out of you and your family, lowers that, as well as gets you more prompt care, because the ED is trained. We have different categories. Traumas are the category 1, and then other things like chest pains, heart attacks are category 2. So you want to make sure that if you are a lower category and you want to go to the ED, that you are prepared to wait, especially in the Michigan Avenue ED, because of the trauma. We're designated as a regional trauma center, level 1.
And that is a big deal. I know the level 1 trauma centers, they have to have all the expertise on hand. So it's better to know that kind of before you go. Of course, in a very emergency situation, you want to be at the right place. But just that little bit of clarification for some people who go, I'm not sure, and there's a lot of advertising, and not sure where I need to go. So thank you for that clarification. We know the level 1 trauma center is just an exceptional, but it's a very expensive resource too, because you have all the specialties available to people who may need that kind of care.
It is, and again, I think if you're driving and you want to go to an ED, I mean, we have a beautiful new emergency department, if you will, or emergency center right off Jolly Road there, so in Okemos. So it is far less intense and crowded, and you'll get 5-star service there.
Yeah, it's good to know. Again, people may end up in the ED, ER, as we popularize ER, and find out that the wait is so long because they have to triage and take the most dire cases and people who are most ill. So good to know. Keep that in mind for future reference, so you don't need it emergency until you're in an emergency situation. But it's so good to know we have the University of Michigan, health right here and that high level of quality care. So we just have about a minute left to go, Margaret. And I always like to ask my guests, okay, what's your favorite? Nobody has one favorite thing about the Greater Lansing region, but is there a favorite or two that you love being immersed in here?
So I have to tell you that my time at Sparrow has been absolutely incredible. Not only do we have a fantastic team at Sparrow Hospital and our community hospitals and our Health Partners medical group, our employed physicians and providers and mid-levels, but we also now are, as I talked about, we have our Michigan State connection, but we have physicians from Ann Arbor who have trained in Ann Arbor but are now choosing to be clinicians in mid-Michigan. So for instance, our 3 neurosurgeons, soon to be 4, we're trained in Michigan and are living in the Lansing area. So it is absolutely fantastic. Same with radiation oncology and some of what I would call the specialties that would previously have been sent down to Ann Arbor.
Awesome. Thank you, Margaret, so much for the updates on all our health here in the Mid-Michigan region. University of Michigan Health makes Greater Lansing even greater.
Well, it's a pleasure to be with you and to talk about all the good things that we're doing. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Julie Thomasma, CEO at Child and Family Charities, and with me today I have Yolanda Pope. She is the founder and executive director of DAP Services and Resources.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, and please just tell us what DAP stands for.
DAP stands for Dignified Aging Project. And our organization, we focus on addressing the disparities in aging. So we focus on helping seniors navigate through the aging process and attaining stability so they can focus on their health care, managing their health care issues.
I love your mission and the work that you do, and it fits so well with so many of the things that we do. And we're so excited to have you on the campus of our Newman Nonprofit Hub. Can you tell us a little about what that means for you? I know you've been doing work there for a while now.
Yeah, it means that we are able to open up our Senior Drop-In Center, which is a resource center for seniors in our community to come in and have access to resources as far as care coordination, resource facilitation, and technology. So we're excited about opening that up at the end of spring.
Very good. And talk to me a little bit too about the other groups that are in there and how you've been working with them.
Oh yes, it has been great to have the collaborative support just to help with event navigation, just navigating how to answering questions for our nonprofit. So it's been nice to have a team to help us work through our challenges.
A one-stop shop.
Right.
Makes it much easier for people who need services. So how do we learn more about what you're doing and how to get involved?
You can go to our website, dapservice.org. We are always looking for volunteers. We are currently planning our first fundraiser of the year. Join our website.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
So Kai, I understand that one of CATA's strategic goals is cross-boundary trips and regional mobility. Can you talk a little bit more about what that crazy little thing called microtransit is?
So microtransit is an on-demand transportation solution that CATA is offering inside select zones, which will bring customers to and from fixed route services.
Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about the value that microtransit services would bring to the region?
Absolutely. The value that microtransit promises is to facilitate first mile and last mile trips. That's really one of the main values of microtransit. So traditionally that would be filled with walking and biking, where some people struggle to do that. So microtransit offers a first mile, last mile solution to facilitate that transportation.
Great. And also, could you touch on the value that microtransit brings to the rider?
Very similar to a ride-sharing app, we bring a technology component when we're introducing microtransit. So you'll be able to see where the bus is and anticipate when the bus will be to you to pick you up. Also, you'll be able to track your ride throughout your transportation experience, knowing where you are at all times.
And where would the microtransit service operate in?
The microtransit zones that CATA will offer will be in Delhi Township, Meridian Township, service to the airport, and downtown Lansing service, as well as a new service inside Delta Township.
That's really great information. Kai, thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you.
I have Robin Ryan here today from Eastbrook Homes. With our inventory being what it is, Robin, I bet you're building a lot of homes.
We are building a lot of homes.
That is great. Tell me about Eastbrook.
Eastbrook is an amazing builder. There's semi-production. They'll customize to your own specific needs and desires. They have a wonderful process set up.
Nice.
People come, they start with me, they choose their lot and their house plan, and they end up getting their own personal designer. They work out of our 4,000 square foot design center. It's just amazing, amazing process.
Sounds like a really nice experience.
It is, and I'm so proud to be able to represent Eastbrook Homes and deliver such a beautiful home to the clients.
Nice. And so speaking of your clients, tell me, who is the average builder, or I should say consumer? Is it someone coming out of a home, or new people to home ownership? What would you say?
So we work with all ranges of different demographics and people. We have people doing their first home with the lack of inventory.
Okay.
We also have empty nesters that want to downsize, and we have prices starting from the high 300s. So we just offer a lot of different opportunities.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So bottom line, if you're not finding what you want in the area, people should explore new builds because it's changed.
They really should. I get people who think that they can't build, and I'm like, just explore it. Just check it out.
Right.
You might be pleasantly surprised.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you, with the inventory the way it is out there, I think that every buyer should consider this. So I hope that our audience reaches out to Robin at Eastbrook and explores a new build today.
Hi, I'm Chris Swope. I'm the president-elect of the Rotary Club of Lansing, and I'm here with our current president, Rebecca Bahar Cook.
Hi, Chris.
So, Rebecca, how does one become a member of Rotary? How does that work? Can you tell me?
Well, if you're interested in being a Rotary member, I would suggest you go on lansingrotary.org. There is information there about membership and how to apply. But once you've applied, you look for, if you don't have a sponsor from somebody who's already a member of the club, our club administrator can pair you up with somebody. We ask that people come to 3 meetings to check it out before they apply. Then that application goes to the board for approval and you're a member.
Wow, very exciting. So we've just added a new type of membership. Can you tell me about our new corporate memberships?
Yeah, so I just explained what it means to be a member of Rotary, but a corporate membership is a little bit different. So a corporate membership allows a corporation to have a primary member who then is a member of our club and a member of Rotary International and a member of the district, just like an individual member would be. But then it also allows for 2 alternative members to be there if the primary member isn't able to attend all the time or wants to bring somebody else with them. And we're doing that because times have changed. Not everybody has an hour and a half on a Friday afternoon to spend with us. And we really do want to encourage corporations, companies, businesses to join our club, to be a part of what we do, to be a part of giving back to our community. But this then also opens the door for some junior members in a business to come find out what we are and also learn and get some of that professional development.
Okay, sounds great. Rotary membership, I highly recommend it. So come see us at lansingrotary.org.
Hi, I'm Deanna East, and I'm an Associate Director with Michigan State University Extension. Here with me today is Wade Sayers, a Food Safety Specialist with MSU Extension. Hi, Wade.
Hi, Deanna. Thank you so much for having me.
It's wonderful to have you here. So, Wade, A lot of people seem to be wanting to preserve and grow their own food. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, it's getting more and more popular. People are wanting to grow and preserve their own food at home, from blanching and freezing to canning, all the way through even freeze drying. It's a really great way to make sure that you have food at home in case there's an emergency. But in addition, it's a great way to have food made the way that you want to. Utilizing a research-based recipe, you could make green beans that have less sodium, but also taste better and are fresher than those that you could buy at the store.
That's wonderful. So how do people learn more about preserving their own food?
The best way to learn more about preserving food is to utilize Michigan State University Extension's wonderful resources. For instance, the food safety team has online classes on Thursdays at both 1 and 6 p.m. In addition, you can have classes in your area from a local food safety educator. You can find out more about those classes from either visiting the website or contacting your local extension office.
That's wonderful, Wade. Thank you for being here today. And thank you for joining us and learning more about MSU Extension.
As Chief Medical Officer for University of Michigan Health Sparrow Lansing, Dr. Chindu Vimuri helps oversee the care delivered at the downtown Lansing Hospital, ensuring leading-edge care close to home. Dr. Vimuri, tell us what Sparrow's integration has been like with Michigan Medicine.
It's been a tremendous opportunity and privilege for me to participate in the integration of University of Michigan Health Sparrow Lansing with Michigan Medicine in general. Our focus has been on developing comprehensive care at the highest level of quality to serve the community's needs.
And there's a behavioral health crisis in mid-Michigan and throughout the country, really. U of M Health Sparrow hopes to invest in solutions to this crisis. Can you tell us how?
Yeah, so the university is partnering with an external company to build a new behavioral health facility. The goals are to address the acute and longer-term needs of behavioral health patients in this community. We're looking forward to it as a real opportunity to expand services to serve the community's needs.
And when we say care close to home, what does that truly mean to you?
What it means for me is, as a tertiary care hospital, we want to be able to provide people with the full range of services they need in Lansing, where they can come to Sparrow Lansing Hospital and have whatever their needs are, whether they be everyday common needs or more complex needs, and to leverage our integration and partnership with Michigan Medicine to be able to deliver that care at the highest level of quality here in Lansing.
And Dr. Vimuri, what are some other care options that are important to you?
And to serve the Lansing community, we're going to focus on continuing to expand our trauma center, our trauma focuses. As a level 1 trauma center, we provide some of the highest volume of that acute care for the entire state. We're also focusing on expanding our cancer programs, as well as developing a cardiovascular care service line to give coordinated statewide care. And then, as was mentioned before, our neurocare network is a huge opportunity.
Thank you so much for being here. To learn more, go to uofmhealthsparrow.org.
Wow, what another great show and another reason to discover Greater Lansing. So many wonderful things happening in our great, great community. From living, working, and playing, we've got it right here in Greater Lansing. Thanks for joining us.